Hi, I'm Gordon Boyd, the winner of the 2025 RBC Award for Glass. I live in Oakville, Ontario, was born and raised in northern Manitoba, and I've been blowing glass for about 10 years now. I've always been really interested in memory and storytelling, and so through my glass work I try to explore those ideas. Particularly I've been really interested recently in the idea of how the journal has changed over time. We've sort of shifted away from having private thoughts that we keep in a book for ourselves to sort of posting those thoughts online, shifting into a more public sphere. And my work recently has been exploring those ideas of sort of trying to take those things that previously were private and now have become public and maybe sort of re-privatize them, sort of elevate them again and give them that precious space that they no longer have. Some of my work, like these colored pieces, are made through a combination of hot working techniques. So the vessels are blown to a rough bubble shape, and then after the bubble has been created, I then use a glass stringer to physically write on the glass with a sort of thin piece of glass, creating the words upon the piece. After that's been completed, the form is then shaped, the words are melted in, which distorts them a little bit, but still remains legible. And then afterwards, the piece is then created into a traditional glass-blown form, usually something like a Veronese vase, a goblet, or some kind of pitcher, something that would be a household object you might display in your home. For the larger, more collage-like pieces, this piece was actually made using 365 journal entries. So it took approximately about a year to complete the paper portion of the piece, journaling every day, recording things that were important to me, sometimes ideas, sketches, other concepts for art pieces. And then after that journal was completed, it was disassembled, unbound, and then I blew the glass. It takes about maybe 4 to 5 hours to make a piece this large. You know, there's a lot of delicate work, sort of stretching out the long bell of the jar, and then the finesse work, creating these little components that attach onto them. And once the glass was cooled down, removed from the kiln, I took it home, took the unbound journal entries, and then carefully crumpled and placed them all inside, sort of encapsulating 1 year of my life into this art piece. The RBC Award is going to be foundational in me continuing my art practice. The money has given me the opportunity to connect with other artists across Canada. I've already been in touch with a few online and have made plans to link up with others, and those travel plans wouldn't have been possible without the financial support of the Clay and Glass Gallery and the RBC Award. And I'm hoping to use this sort of step forward to continue exploring these storytelling elements, particularly with a focus on cultural stories. My family was forcibly relocated to Canada, and I'm hoping to reconnect with my people and turn this story of how I got here and transform that into some beautiful art. I'd like to thank the RBC Foundation, the Canadian Clay and Glass Gallery, and the jurors, Cheryl, Benjamin, and Franklin, for selecting me for this award. It's a huge honor to be chosen for such an important and prestigious award at such a young age, and I'm truly honored to have been selected.